It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Okay, guys, so you lucked out because 9 a.m. is my ish, and it makes me miss our morning meetings more than ever. This is like the time of day that I am the most spot on. I am 4 shots of espresso in. I start my day at 5 a.m. and I have the most energy, especially for an episode like this. Last night's Vanderpump Rules episode, you guys, was absolutely cringe. So many new details coming out and so many moments where we're catching just a spineless jellyfish with a hidden agenda. Okay, maybe that's a little aggressive, but you guys get what I'm saying. So guys, go ahead and let me know in the live chat. Rate this episode 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. And with that, I say let's get into the shenanigans of it all. No pun intended. Okay, so we have Lala who's going over to Katie's house, and this is after their birthday. We see that Katie's making a hair of the dog, but they end up talking about Raquel showing up. And Lala's like, that's the best birthday present I could have gotten. Why? Well, Katie's a little confused herself, but for Lala, she says, with Raquel showing up after calling me a mistress and seeing her name dragged through the headlines, mistress, mistress, mistress. Yeah, you better believe I'm enjoying it. She's enjoying every second of it, even though she does feel like in her mind, she knows that Raquel is not a mistress yet, which is the key word. But it keeps going. So they talk about Allie seeing Sandoval and Raquel at the Abbey, and Katie makes a good point because she says, I've known Tom for years, and we've never went out alone and danced at the Abbey, which makes you kind of wonder. Well, actually, we're not wondering anymore because now we know there was a full-blown affair. That's how I feel about it. Let's see what you guys are saying. From London, hello. Not really, Adam. A 9. Angelic Darkness, welcome to memberships. We also are going to have members vlogs coming your way from our trip to the Bahamas. We leave tomorrow and we will be back on Wednesday. So we'll be covering things the whole time we're gone, by the way, guys. We don't sleep over here on YouTube. 9, this was a good one. I think it was a great episode. Good morning from Rhode Island. Good morning. A 9. We think 9. I think. Okay. And a 9. So obviously, we think it was a great episode. General consensus here. But Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz end up hanging out. Now, this is a beach photo of him, but they did end up going to a food truck. And this is where Sandoval and Tom Schwartz end up talking about Raquel. So he's saying, Schwartz, I talked to Raquel. And Tom Sandoval's like, oh, did you, man? Did you guys, and Schwartz is like, no, we didn't make out or anything like that. But, you know, I think she's a really cool girl. Yeah, bro, she's dope. She's a dope girl. Well, man, how are you and Ariana doing? Well, man, she's trying to get me to, you know, get my sperm and put it inside of this cup to fertilize her eggs. But to be honest with you, me and Ariana are not in a good place right now because in the mornings, I'm always like, good morning, dumpling. Would you like a dumpling latte? Really, bro? Does she reciprocate? Nah, man. She never reciprocates. And I feel like she's always nagging me. What the If I asked Jason for a thank you every time I went to Starbucks in the morning and got his grande iced latte with an extra shot in almond milk, is that why you're doing it? You sound stupid, fool. And stupid's not a nice word, but you sound silly. She doesn't reciprocate the latte. I've seen them both, and sure, Tom says that Ariana puts on a lot for public outings. Like she always wants to paint it like it's the perfect picture, the perfect couple, that they have no problems. But when I've seen Ariana around Tom, and I have a lot of mutual friends with them, they've always been really supportive of each other, unless it's a moment where Tom is getting his ego hurt. But Ariana is always sweet and supportive. Does she probably have her moments? Yes, she's a human being. But not reciprocating a dumpling latte. Take your ass downstairs, go make it in the Keurig, make your dumpling latte, bring it back upstairs, drop it off, and say, I hope you have a beautiful day. That's not a reason to go cheat on her friend. You sound like a damn fool. But we'll keep going. So James and Allie start talking about Katie calling Tom out at Lala's birthday party, and she said that Katie gave her some interesting information. She said that when they were talking about Tom and Ariana, that Katie alluded to the fact that they don't have rules. Now, James wants to know, what do you think that means that they don't have rules? And she's like, I don't know. Maybe it means something like an open relationship or something, which makes perfect sense because if you remember back before the season started, even at the Vanderpump Rules premiere party, Ariana was asked on the carpet about this open relationship. And like Katie said, if they're in an open relationship, then Ariana definitely does not know about it. Ariana did not even like people speculating on her relationship. And I can tell you for damn sure, when we had her and Tom at our show in Los Angeles, one of the guests, one of the subscribers who showed up wanted to know, is there potential of Tom and Ariana ever getting married? Well, Ariana was past the mic and she was very clear about her stance, saying, you know what? All of our friends who know us never ask us these questions. It's only the people who don't actually know us who have these absurd questions that I really get sick of hearing. Boom. That's her way of telling us all to shut the f up. But I can't do that for another like 30, 40 minutes. So I'm sorry, Ariana. We got to keep talking about it. But I love the fact that Ali is getting into the mix. She's solidifying her spot on the show. She's bringing up things that most people wouldn't even want to touch with a 10-foot pole. And she's not taking any shit from James. So in my book, Ali is a win, 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 win. I see why his mother likes her so much, especially more than Raquel. Now, knowing what we know. Sorry, Raquel. So Katie and Ariana visit their sandwich shop, and you can see that the sandwich shop is vacant. The sandwich shop is ready to be just decorated with the beautiful little booths and the little corner kitchen nook, whatever you call it. I don't know. It's one of the booths that you stick in a corner. It's a breakfast nook or something like that. So we get to see the inside, and this makes the perfect setting for our next scene that we're about to witness on Vanderpump Rules. Lisa Vanderpump shows up to their new sandwich shop location, and while they're looking around and they're seeing the kitchen and all of the ideas are flooding their heads, Lisa Vanderpump wants to talk to them about Rachel and Oliver Saunders. Ariana and Katie said, well, there's some that went down because Rachel ended up showing up to Lala's birthday last night after going and ripping Oliver a new one. What? Ripping Oliver a new one? Why? Well, because his wife came out and said, he's very much so not single. I don't know what the hell you're doing with my husband. We have a kid at home. We have a family dynamic. And at this point, guys, I don't think that it's the wife who's lying. But Lisa Vanderpump did. She adamantly said, I know for a fact. That's a bold statement. It's a bold statement. It actually reminds me of when I was waiting tables at Barney's, at Fred's at Barney's. And Bethany Frankel asked, how is the Popo di Seppio? The Popo di Seppio is octopus. And I said, oh, it's fabulous. And she's like, fabulous. Fabulous is a strong word. That's a big word to stand behind, fabulous. Are you sure it's fabulous? And I was like, maybe just actually get the pommes frites, which is code for steak fries. Those are really good. But Lisa Vanderpump did end up saying in this episode, no, Oliver would never. I know for a fact that he is not with his wife anymore. And then you have Katie. Katie's like, I don't know. I don't care. I just think the girl's a hoe. And she's definitely not talking about Oliver's wife. Lisa Vanderpump was like, don't call her a hoe. And she's like, no, I think she's a hoe. Don't call her that. No, I'm standing by my words. That's exactly what I think of her. Lisa's like, well, then we'll agree to disagree. She's like, agree to disagree with whatever you want, Vanderpump, but I still think the girl is a hoe. Not a hoe. That's what they said. Not me. I want to see what you guys are saying in the live chat right now. Each of the interview segments made me just shiver and all the positive talk. Katie wasn't buying LVP's proclamation on Oliver's marriage. Yeah, I agree with that. Number one on the Hoffman shoes told Raquel that he was married, so Raquel doesn't blame her. Blame the man. Okay. You know, each of the interviews in this show, all of those segments made me just cringe and shiver and sit down with an open mouth because of all of the misconceptions of Rachel. I mean, yeah. Guys, almost 400 in the room, and we're not even 10 minutes in, so go ahead, smash that like button, and we're enough of the hoe talk. Let's be a lady in this room. Let's move over to Lala and James. So James and Lala end up meeting up, and James shares huge news that he's opening up for Cascade. Now, this is a big moment for James because this is a far cry from See you next Tuesday at Sir, which I know he absolutely loves doing. He loves interacting with the fans, but James has loved nothing more this entire time that he has been on the show than his DJ career. He literally, I have to say, this guy works his ass off. This guy does not stop. He's constantly producing more music. He's constantly putting himself behind the DJ booth and trying to make his career skyrocket. If you want to talk about someone who has the drive, the guy definitely has the drive. So no wonder why he's proud about opening up for Cascade. And if you watched him last night on Watch What Happens Live, he even talks about when he met Steve Aoki on Watch What Happens Live and how him and Steve have done a few things in Vegas together now at this point. I mean, he's doing the damn thing. So of course it's something to be proud about until someone throws a wrench into it. And if you guys didn't watch the episode, then we're about to get into that in 2 seconds. But James did share that he wants to throw a little fun get-together at Hermosa Beach where everybody can come together, throw a little bit of footballs, maybe throw some drinks in each other's faces. But all in all, we just want to have a calm beach day. Said no Vanderpump Rules scene ever. Do you remember when Jax Taylor showed up after everyone found out that he was hooking up with Kristen Doty? Do you remember how awkward that moment was? Yeah, we're getting it again. We're getting the beach day. The beach day is awkward. So before we get to the beach day, Tom and Tom go to get his semen results, which he called his jizz results, which you sound like like I guess maybe that's just like you sound like a bro. I think you sound like an idiot, but you sound like a bro. Hi, I'm here to get my jizz results. Do you know how incredibly disrespectful? You're still talking to an adult woman who does not need to hear you talk like that. But yes, let's get to your results. So it sounds like the count was high and everything seemed good until it didn't. The doctor ended up sharing with Tom that he has irregular shaped semen. This is so weird. This is so weird for me to say, but irregular shaped semen. Why? What could be something that contributes to this? What could be something that contributes to your little swimmers not looking the same as the rest of them? Well, the doctor listed out exactly what those things could be. Drugs, alcohol, tight clothes. The funniest part is Jason said last night while he was sipping on his dirty bitch cocktail for the after party that it was kind of hilarious that Tom and Tom only laughed when they said drugs. Makes you question some things, especially when you have two guys who came up with their entire business plan off of microdosing on shrooms. So yeah, maybe they might be onto something. Oh, specimens. Specimens. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just need the correct verbiage. Lindsay Sellers says, that was disgusting. You're 40, dude, not 16. True. He is a damn drunk. He better not have left another sample. He's a drunk. He did not give a beep about the results. That white stuff. There we go. I think drugs are involved. Oh, okay. It's cringe just watching him sing songs he doesn't know the words to. Okay, guys, we're getting a little offbeat here. We're getting a little offbeat, so let's just reel it back in for a second. Let's get back to the beach day. So, Allie and Scheana end up meeting up before the beach day, and this is just one day before, and this is where Allie shares with Scheana that Katie implied that Tom and Ariana were in an open relationship. Now, Sheena's pissed. At this point, Sheena's not having it with Katie because Scheana feels like you came to my wedding after you said that you didn't want to be at my wedding. You literally, that was a shit show. Now, Lala is not participating in everything the way that I wanted her to because you're at my wedding. You're bringing Christina Kelly to my wedding, and now she's coming to wedding events, which I don't necessarily understand. And you've pissed me off when it comes to the most special time of my life, right? But now you're messing with my friends. Even though Katie did say, that is not how I expressed this, but we haven't gotten to her yet. So Allie asked Scheana, listen, let me ask you a question. Would you be okay if Raquel was seen dancing with Brock until 1 o'clock in the morning? And you know Scheana is cringing watching herself on the confessionals, in the confessionals. And I love Scheana. Love Scheana. But watching her back, herself watching herself back, I guess, she's saying, Yes, I would. I would be okay if Brock and Raquel slept in the same bed. Ugh. That didn't age well. I mean, it didn't not age well for Brock and Raquel. It just didn't age well as far as how far your trust actually goes for Raquel. She was defending Raquel. She was saying, at the end of the day, I feel like everybody is going with every single narrative that they can possibly run with in order to make Raquel look like an asshole who's out here sleeping with everybody's man when she is not that kind of woman. Well, that also didn't age well, you guys. Okay, let's get to the beach day. I'm done with this part. So we're at the beach and Scheana delivers on what she told Allie, which was, as soon as we get to the beach, I'm going to beeline it over to Tom Sandoval. That's exactly what she does. And Scheana talks to Sandoval about what Allie said she saw. And Tom feels insulted. He feels insulted because he's saying, not only is this insulting to me, but now also with Katie saying to Allie that we might be in an open relationship, that's insulting to Ariana as well. And do you really think if I was going to have a fucking rendezvous that I would go somewhere where I know everybody, which is the Abbey, which literally is right next door to Pump? Yeah. Well, now we do. Maybe we didn't. Actually, we didn't at all. But we do now. We definitely do. On top of that, Schwartz makes a bad joke about James's DJing gig after James was really excited to share that he is going to do this festival in Atlanta and he's opening up for Cascade. Tom Schwartz in this joke, it did not land. The joke did not land. He said, is this going to be better than Rachella? And James flipped out. James flipped out because he's saying that Rachella, this whole proposal, was one of the worst memories and times of his life. And now you're taking something that he's worked his ass off for, something that he's strived for so long, and you're taking that and putting them in the same sentence and comparing them. So while James flips out, he dumps the drink, pours the drink, throws the drink in Tom Schwartz's face, and then he starts telling him what a fat loser he is. Why don't you go to your shitty little neighborhood of Poop Village with this little crappy bar that's in the corner of a mall strip, a strip mall, whatever you want to call it, and go back there. Your life is shit. Look at yourself. Look at you and look at me. We're not even the same. I mean, it was crazy, you guys. If you didn't watch the episode, that scene alone is going down in the Bravo books. Tom Schwartz eventually did say, man, if you ever throw a drink in my face again, we're going to have a bigger problem. And James is like, what are you going to do about it? You want to do something? I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. I'll beat you up, fat boy. And he was pissed. You can see he's pissed. Look at him. He's livid and he's not holding back. And Tom Sandoval is trying to interject into the conversation to make this cool down. But Tom Schwartz, and I don't know because I saw on Twitter if this was out of fear or not, Tom Schwartz did retract what he said, and he's like, you know what, that wasn't cool. And James, I do apologize because I think that was a really bad joke, so I am sorry for that. I think that's called being an adult, but if you go on Twitter, some people would call it being a punk after somebody just threw a drink in your face. I would have punched Schwartz in the face if I was James. Schwartz wanted to put down James. James is always fat shaming. Schwartz stole James's thunder with that joke. Why the Don had those socks on the whole time? Well, I don't know. That was so lame on Schwartz's part, so cringy. Okay, so people really are taking James Kennedy's side against Tom Schwartz. A bit of an overreaction, I think. Good morning, Shaylee. I like James. Adam, is Allie your sister? Allie is not my sister, you guys. Everyone keeps asking me that. Allie Luber and I have no connection. I met her at the Vanderpump Rules premiere party while she was getting glammed at Scheana's house. She is a sweetheart. She's super nice. She's very, very beautiful. So thank you. That's a compliment, asking if she's my sister. But no, she's not. Schwartz is a covert narcissist and his mask has been slipping. And does this blowout from James seem warranted? I feel like they should know better than to poke the bear. I don't think he was wrong, and I think that was a really insensitive joke on Tom Schwartz's part. Overreaction, but it was a low blow, and she looks so much like you. Hey, Thank you. You do look really. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's get back to what was actually going on here. But yes, he ends up flipping out. Now, Allie does feel like James's reaction does not make sense. You can see in this particular scene, you see where Charlie meets Allie for the first time and she's like, "How's it going? How's your relationship with James?" And Raquel was like, I know that you guys are so happy together, but you're going to learn some things over time. And you could tell Allie holds back a little bit, but she almost wants to tell Raquel, as long as you and I don't have a problem, it's like she's directing this to Charlie too. As long as we don't have a problem, why would any of you guys have a problem? Which is exactly right. You guys don't know Allie. Allie doesn't know you. So let's not go in this trying to tear down Allie, especially when Allie does not back down from James. It's exactly what James needs in a relationship. James is a very strong personality. He's very just like wound up, ready to go. He has a lot of energy, and that's why he's great at DJing. But sometimes, just like me, I feel like Jason has to reel me back in sometimes. Sometimes Allie needs to reel him back in as well. And Allie even tells him, he's like, "You're not even going to defend me or want to hear my side." I don't need to hear your side because I just saw it. I know you're mad. I saw your reaction. I think it looks silly. I think you look bad. And she has no problem telling him that. She has no problem telling James, "You look like a damn fool right now with this big ass reaction." And I think for Allie, with the way that she's talking in her confessionals, she's feeling a little bit of a type of way about the fact that his reactions are so big when it comes to anything to do with Raquel. But James is saying this is nothing to do with Raquel. This is everything to do with Tom Schwartz trying to take away this moment that I've worked so hard for and then compare it to somebody who I absolutely despise at this moment. So then I was just trying to understand both sides of the situation, and they all confused me. And that's where I'm at with that. Hey, thank you for the super chipper. Oh, the coffee is hit. And I'm not drinking a dirty bitch like Jason. Super chat. I was going to say super sticker and super chat. So thanks for the super chipper. How effed up was Sandy when he said Ariana doesn't support him? That was Katie's point with Schwartz and Sandy. When Schwartz and Sandy couldn't understand that. Yeah, I agree. Allie is adorable and love her. James' reaction was so pre-planned, you could see him hold the cup waiting for a dramatic moment to throw it on Schwartz. Haven't James and Allie been living together, you would think that she knows him well enough. I mean, Shaylee, that's a great point too. Yes, true, Shaylee. Socks with sandals is normal in some cultures. I didn't realize that the Don was wearing socks with sandals. What I did realize was that Satchel was wearing socks with sandals. Well, slip-ons. Poor Satchel, man. This guy can't catch a break. Everybody loves to pick on Satchel. They're saying he looks like a guy from Vanderpump Dogs. They're saying that his hair looks like Vanderpump Doggy. I don't even know what's going on with Satchel. I don't even know if Satchel's still around. But Satchel showed up to work. He clocked in. He's not getting paid for it. Let him wear his socks. Who gives a shit? I don't get wearing socks to a beach, no. But maybe it's his vibe. On the beach, didn't Tom Schwartz pour a drink on Katie? Yes, he did. I'm glad she doesn't cower to James. I really like Allie and hope she sticks around with or without James. Okay. I like Satchel. It was awkward sitting there watching him watch Katie get reamed. Yeah, Satchel's not going to. The thing is with Satchel, you can tell that he's very chill. He's very lovey. He's very emotional. He has all of those characteristics. Like you can see it with Katie. I'm sure he's a good listener. He's probably artsy. He's one of those people who's like, I just want to love on you all the time. Please don't go anywhere. Let's lay in bed and I'll paint your naked body because you're only this age one time in your life. And imagine one day we can look back and just appreciate the art of all of it. And let's go get some coffee and tea and maybe even a nice croissant, babe. How does that sound? And then we'll go over here to the Melrose, what is it called? Flea market. And then we'll look at some blankets. I don't know. That's the vibe that he gives me. So he's around for a second. Sure. I don't know if he's going to be around for a long time, but I definitely don't see him having the ability to pop off. He's one of those scary type pop off people. Like he's not going to pop off in the moment for the cameras because this isn't his vibe. This isn't his normal setting. But when he will pop off, That's somebody to watch. Watch Satchel. See? Mel Glenn said, yep, you can tell that's his personality. Satchel is odd in this group. I agree. Satchel and the Don in their socks at the beach. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to keep going with this because it does not stop. Now Lala and Sandoval are going at it. Lala. Good old Lala. Lala ends up going head-to-head with Sandoval after Lala said this whole fight with James and Tom Schwartz stems from the fact that Schwartz and Raquel made out at the wedding. And Sandoval's like, what are you talking about, Lala? And Lala has no problem backing down or not backing down to anyone. She's for damn sure not going to back down to Tom Sandoval. And right now, she doesn't like either one of the Toms. She's not in favor of either of them. So you can tell for her give a damn is completely broken and she is not holding back. Not only did she go head-to-head with Tom Sandoval, but she also went head-to-head with Tom Schwartz in a later moment that got, it got a little bit more cringe. They go to head-to-head over their businesses. He calls her a bootleg housewife. He says, look at your plastic surgery on your face. You don't even know who you are anymore and your fake-ass businesses. Oh, my God. She ripped him a new one. And then he tried, you can't drop, you bootleg housewife, with your botched plastic surgery and your shit businesses and then think you're going to walk away and Lala's not going to chase after you. What kind of shit is that? I completely believe in the tit for tat of it all on reality TV. And when it comes to this moment, Lala got her tat because he went over to go eat his wings and she chased him down and she's like, no, mother, I have something to say too. Who are you as a 40-year-old man who's broke as hell with no business? When you open your business and you know how to run a business, then come talk to me about a business. Because my business puts food on the table for my daughter every single month. So don't you dare come after my business. And that was pretty much her stance. And then Tom Schwartz obviously cowered down because he was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Well, actually, you're an amazing mom, Lala. I'm sorry, I didn't, And she's like, I'm sick of this basset hound puppy ass way of being where you get to kind of just walk around and you get to say whatever you want. And then you're like, I put my hands in my mouth and I don't know what to do. And I feel a little timid. She's like, that is BS. We're done with it. Let's keep it moving. We're done. Okay. Now, from this moment, we go back over to the group and then we get our next moment. Look at Satchel sitting here, very awkward, very artsy, very emotional, loves love, but doesn't know how to get into the mud with the rest of the group, if you know what I mean. Well, Tom Sandoval interjects into a conversation, and this is when Raquel addresses Katie. Raquel addressed Katie, and she says, Katie, I just wanted to bring something up to you. You see James, he beelines it. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm not sitting here for this conversation. I'm running. No, I don't even know what they're going to. I'm out. And he's like tripping over shit, trying to get out of there. And Raquel says, Katie, I just wanted to address something with you because I heard that you called me up. And, well, I don't really feel like making out with somebody classifies me as such. All right. I mean, she is right. Making out with somebody does not classify her as that, but Katie obviously has her own strong opinions based off of the fact that she gave you, person A of interest, and him, person B of interest, both the one thing that she was not going to accept in this friend group, which is you guys hooking up together. Now, does it matter what Katie thinks? Obviously not. You guys do what you want anyways, so they don't care. But does that mean that she's probably going to be mad at you when you do the complete opposite of what she thinks that, or she's asking you to do? Yes. Yeah. Was Schwartz drunk or high? I don't know. What's Lala's business? Give them Lala. She has Give Them Lala Beauty, Give Them Lala Baby. I believe she also has skincare. Give Them Lala makeup, books. Okay. I think both Toms are starting to look haggard. I already liked Allie, but after this episode, I love her. And Jenna Benna said, I love seeing Tom Schwartz getting his karma. I don't always agree with pouring a drink on someone, but Schwartz had it coming and payback for doing it to Katie over the years. Fan of James and Katie. Oh, we're about to get into this too. Love the preview of Ken gossiping. Poor Raquel. She's doing what she can, sticking up for herself. I mean, listen, I think that it's great that she's sticking up for herself. Honestly, I think that it looks silly knowing that at this point she's already hooking up with, she's defending herself while also still hooking up with Tom. And in that night, from that scene, she ends up going back to Tom Sandoval's house, which we're going to see in the first 7 minutes of next week's episode. She goes back to Tom Sandoval's house, goes into the hot tub with Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval. She ends up getting a little bit too wasted. And then the next day, she's an hour and a half late to work, which means an hour and a half late to her call time because the girl doesn't even actually work at SIR. And they're testing the new menu, which is also code for call time because they're not testing shit. The menu hasn't changed since I've last seen it. But that's neither here nor there. And then Raquel ends up sitting down and Lisa was like, where have you been? And Charlie's sitting there like, girl, eat the pasta. I just tried it. That's what you need to do. Go ahead and go on and eat that pasta. And Raquel's like, well, let me tell you, I'm sorry, I'm a little hungover. Do you think anybody in their right mind, if they were actually working at that business, would tell their boss the reason I am not just late, but I am an hour and a half late is because I was hungover? No. That's not how that would work. So while Ariana is in Florida visiting with her family because she just lost her grandmother after just losing Charlotte, and like she says, she hates these moments. She's also lost her father. So she's there grieving with her family, going through one of the hardest times. And Raquel goes over and sleeps at Tom's house. But she tells Lisa, I slept on the couch and nothing happened. Well, now we know that's a damn lie. And on top of that, Lisa's like, wait, you stayed over there? And she's like, I know it looks bad. And she's like, yeah, no shit, it looks bad. She waits for her to leave and walk out. Lisa Vanderpump calls Tom Sandoval. Tom Sandoval's in the car with Tom Schwartz. She FaceTimes them. And she says to Tom Sandoval, she's like, what's going on? Raquel just walked in here looking like shit. What happened? And they're laughing. And she's like, it's not funny. And he's like, look, dude. She's like, I'm not your dude. He's like, you know, we hung out. It's just chill. Like, people stay over at my house all the time. It's not a big deal. And she's like, Tom, it is a big deal. He's like, I don't think it's a big deal. But where this originally came from was Raquel exposing herself in that moment. Lisa goes home and tells Ken. Later on in the episode, Katie comes over to hang out with the chef who also made the menu for Tom Tom with Pandora, Lisa, Jason, and Ken. Katie's sitting there with the chef learning how to make sandwiches or going through different sandwich ideas for the new sandwich shop. And as they're going through ideas, they're trying different things. And Ken walks in and goes, I can't believe what happened with Raquel staying over at Tom Sandoval's house last night. And Katie's like, what? Wait, what? And I love that Ken used this moment to just walk in, drop the bomb. If anyone knows good production, it's Lisa and Ken. They know exactly what they're doing, and that's why we love every minute of it. And that was the first 7 minutes of next week's episode. Ebony Dix Adams commentary. It's fire. Hey, thank you. Thanks, guys. Summer Moon is so cute. Yes, I think so too. This just solidifies James and Tom were the ones fighting at the reunion for me. Yeah. I mean, but which Tom? We heard it was Schwartz, but I don't know. It seems like they were all suspicious of Tom and Raquel. Why do you think they were all surprised when everything came out? That's a great question, but to answer Shaylee's question with over 750 in the room, you guys, good morning. I think the answer here is because you might think something, but until you actually get the facts and you know what somebody's been doing, and then on top of that, when you get the timeline that this shit has been going on for 7 to 8 months, that's when you're taken aback just a little bit. That's when you find yourself sitting in your thoughts like, you mother. So that time, and you start piecing together the entire puzzle. You're like, so when I call, oh, so when you turn your phone, the location services off on your phone, that's where you, and when you said you went to go visit your family, you weren't visiting your family. You were at a concert with Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras. I think that's why. Yeah. Just hit that like button. Yes, I love Adam's channel. He's always so upbeat and kind. Hey, thanks, guys. Good morning. I know I've had way too much espresso, and Jason and I are getting ready to go on a trip. But before we end off, Allie ends up calling out, well, technically Katie called out Allie for the open relationship comment. And this is when Tom Sandoval is also screaming at Katie, saying, I just want to let you know I'm pissed about this. Why would you say we're in an open relationship? And just to let you know, too, Ariana is also pissed. And she's like, who said that I said you were in an open relationship? And he's like, well, that's what Allie said. And she's like, Allie, Allie, come over here. Allie, I said to you that they were in an open relationship. She's like, well, you said that they don't really have any rules. And she's like, right. But I never said they were in an open relationship. Now, if I had to pick which side that I was leaning more towards as to who might have got their words mixed up, you have innocent little Allie over here who is into astrology, and she's not really drinking a whole lot. She's good on like 3 sips of a margarita. And then you got Tequila Katie. Tequila Katie loves the gossip. Tequila Katie has been on a reality TV show for 10 seasons, and Tequila Katie is not afraid to share her opinion. So if I had to guess, I would probably assume that Allie heard exactly what she heard, and maybe it was just misinterpreted, and that's not how Katie meant for the words to be delivered. Katie even said in her confessional, if Tom and Ariana are in an open relationship, she for damn sure is not aware of it. But what I think she meant is Tom and Ariana don't really have a whole lot of rules as far as if he's out until 2 o'clock in the morning, she's not really pressed about that. She trusts him. Just like he said on the Howie Mandel interview when Howie Mandel asked, how did Ariana not know about this? And he was like, well, I think that she just ignored some of the signs, or she just trusted me, maybe. Yeah, jellyfish. It was 10 years in a relationship. Of course she's going to trust you. Hello? I mean, that's kind of common sense, but I definitely cannot wait until next week's episode. That's going to be fun, especially when we see how Ariana reacts to a moment that's really, really hard for her, a moment where she probably needs the most support, and a moment where she finds out her best friend is sleeping on her couch. I'm going to guess, based off of how the Sandoval broke, that Ariana gave her a pass when she got this information. Even though it's called Uber. Like if you're up until 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not driving. Uber. You don't have to stay the night at anybody's house in LA. Uber's an incredible thing. You can get it at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the morning. Uber, Lyft. At this point, you're getting paid to be on the show, girl. I don't think it's that big of an ask. So guys, I don't know if we're not dropping it yet. We're dropping this in a little bit. We have done a whole kind of recap on James Kennedy's Watch What Happens Live situation, but we also have more news coming out today. We have a few other videos that we will be dropping along the way. And I wanted to thank everybody because I know we're all getting ready for BravoCon, and I saw where we are people are loving the merch. So just to show you guys again, obviously you see I'm wearing the Pumped shirt, but you guys can go check out on upandadamlive.com. And if you guys are a part of our members, which we do members only every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, except for this week, we're going to be doing a members only vlog because Jason and I will be in the Bahamas, but you can go on and use the member discount. And if you're not a part of the memberships, just go on to upandadamlive.com. You see our BravoCon merch. You also see The Judge is Back, which that was a clever little cheeky play on Tamra Judge returning, even though I didn't know that Tamra Judge was going to talk about us in her 420 episode of her podcast. But nobody's bitter here. And on top of that, of course, like you know, we have our Pumped merch. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of merch. So go check it all out. Let us know what you think. And before we go, don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. Smash the like button. Get subscribed. And I hope you guys have a beautiful Thursday. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.